Okay, hello everyone. I think we're live. This episode is going to be a little bit different. As you guys can tell, we've got like a table set up and I'm running the show, so there is no Danny this week. So if there's any sort of technical issues or anything like that, please just stand with me, or bear with me, I should say, and we will get those fixed as soon as we can. But first of all, welcome to episode 9, I believe this is, of DG Weekly Live. We are doing the Felon right now, everyone's favorite fairway driver. Maybe not everyone's, but most people who are good at disc golf really like the Felon. Specifically, one Eric Oakley is a big fan of the Felon. We are going to be giving this one away. So to do that, all you have to do is like the video, share the video, and then leave a question in the comments. And then after the video is over, I will go through and I'll pick somebody who had a question, whether it was one that I liked, a random one, anything like that. All you got to do is just leave your question down in the comments below, like the video, and share it. The Felon is one of our more popular fairway drivers for a really good reason. The numbers on the Felon are a speed 9, glide of 3, turn of 0.5, so it's a positive turn, and a fade of 4. This is a decently overstable fairway driver, but it's not the most overstable fairway driver. So before we get into all of that, all the different plastic types and everything, if you have any questions, be sure to leave those down in the comments below. We don't have Danny here, but I'm still going to be monitoring the chat. I will still be answering your questions. It's going to be a one-man show tonight, or this afternoon, depending on where you're watching from or when you're watching this. But we are still going to be running the same show, just a little bit of a solo action here. So really quickly, I'm going to see if we do have any questions. Kara, how do you enter the giveaway? You have to like the video, share the video, and then leave your question down in the comments. And even if you're watching this after the fact, after it's not live, you have a chance to win, but I'm going to be picking the winner right after the video is over, after the live is over, so do get those in quickly and soon. Who do I send my address to so you can send it to me? Gene? Good question. Probably not going to win the giveaway with that one, but good question. I will pick that after the fact. Barry wants to know what the most overstable fairway driver is. That's the Criminal for sure. The Criminal and the Justice are two of our most overstable discs in all of the company's lineups. The Criminal is very much the most overstable fairway driver that we have, without a doubt, for sure. Andrew says, I love the Felon. Yes, Andrew. These are super good. Super good fairway driver. Can you make a Lucid X in orange? Scott, I do not know what colors the next run of Lucid X Felons will be, but they're coming soon, I've heard. I don't know if they're already in transit or what, but I know we don't have them yet. So they will be here soon. Pick those up when we do get them. Help support Eric Oakley out on his tour, and just have a really good utility overstable fairway driver. So super quick, we're gonna run over the plastics. You guys can't see it, but on this table in front of me, I have a plethora of different plastics. First up, probably the most popular plastic for the Felon is going to be the Lucid Felon. Personally, this is what I like. This is my preference. I just really like the Lucid plastic. I don't really notice too much variation between the Lucid and the Fusion Felon. I think they're very similar. I just like the feel of the Lucid a little bit better. I think it's a little bit stiffer. I get a little bit better grip, and I like to use the Felon for my sidearms. So it's a little bit stiffer, and I like that. In the Fusion plastic, we do also have the hand-eye breakaway stamp with a little bit of a burst action to it. And then there are also some Wheat Shield burst Felons as well. Super cool. I love that Wheat Shield stamp. That's one of my favorites. And we do also have the Biofusion Felon as well. This is a personal favorite of guys like AJ Risley throws this, Peter McBride throws this. If you haven't checked out their in the bags, go ahead and do that over on the Dynamic Discs YouTube channel. And once again, if you are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway for this orange Lucid Felon. To enter into that giveaway, all you have to do is like the video, share the video, and then leave a comment down in leave a question down in the comments below, and I will answer that while we're on the stream here, and then after the fact, I'll go through and pick one for the giveaway winners. So let's see what the questions are first here. Let me scroll back. My dad wants to know, would this be a good supplement to my Maverick? For a higher arm speed, I think that you could do that. For a higher arm speed, something like the Biofusion Felon is going to be a little bit straighter flight out of the Felon, where the Lucids and the Fusions are going to be a little bit more overstable. I think a Fusion Felon and a Maverick would be good, but if you were to go with a Lucid Felon and a Maverick, there's going to be a lot of space in between. The Maverick is a fairly understable driver, and the Felon is a fairly overstable driver. So I would say if you went like Felon Convict Maverick, you'd be good, but there would be a gap between the Felon and the Maverick unless you have a very beat up Felon. Let's see here. Dusty says, I have a slow arm speed and I throw lightweight. What's the lightest weight that the Felon is made in? I don't think we make Lucid Air Felons or any sort of Air Felon, so I would guess the lightest you're going to find is probably like 168, 169, somewhere around there. Andrew says, which Felon does Eric Oakley putt with? Eric has some special putting Felons. If you haven't seen his in the bag, we put one out on April Fool's, where he takes his bag and he pulls out just 20 different Felons, and it's really funny. Check that out if you haven't on the DD YouTube channel. Matt wants to know, are the flatter ones more overstable than the domey ones? I haven't really seen any domey Felons. These Biofusions have a little bit more dome to them, where the Lucid and the Fusions are super, super flat top, where the Biofusion, if it'll show up, the Biofusion just kind of has a little bit of a rise to it, where you can see this Lucid here is a very, very flat disc. And I would say that the Lucid and the Fusions are more overstable. So if I had to guess, I would say the flat tops are going to be a little bit more overstable, but that could also just be because of the plastic types. Nate says, I was super torn between this disc and the Ati from Westside. How do they compare? Nate, I would say the Westside Ati is definitely more overstable. Not as overstable as the Criminal, but definitely more overstable than the Felon for sure. What's the difference in a Felon and a Valkyrie, Kara? The Valkyrie is more like an Escape. So the Felon is a lot more overstable, a little bit less glide. You're going to get less distance out of it, but you're going to have a lot more stability to it. You're going to get a much more overstable flight for sure. Let's see what other questions we do have. As I'm scrolling through the chat, if you do want to enter into the giveaway for this orange Lucid Felon, all you have to do is like this video, share this video, and then leave your question down in the comments below. As well, we are going to be running a discount code for the Felon. So that's going to be on the Lucid and the Fusion Felons, and that is, the coupon code for that is Felon10. And to get that, you just go to dynamicdiscs.com, use the coupon code Felon10, the number 10, and that's going to be live from right now. It's already active until midnight Central Time tomorrow. So you have just over 24 hours to go ahead and save yourself some money on the Felon if you don't win this one right here. You could win that one and buy this one, still save yourself that 10%. Josh wants to know, does weight make much difference in this mold? Yes, it does a little bit, but because it's an overstable disc, even a lighter weight is still going to be overstable. It just won't be as overstable. So you will notice a little bit of a difference in flight, but not too much. Brandon wants to know, how closely related are the Felon and the Wraith? Brandon, the Wraith is a little bit faster and less overstable than the Felon. From what I remember, those are more of a typical distance driver type disc, where the Felon is going to be a more utility fairway driver type shot. Not quite as much distance, not quite as much glide, a little bit more fade at the end. Jeremy says, Anthony, between the Felon, Getaway, and Convict, which do you prefer? Jeremy, I prefer the Felon. Of those three, the Felon's the only one that I actually bag. I bag a Lucid X Felon with the Eric Oakley Tour Series disc. I love it for just utility shots where I need to throw something really hard and get a nice fade and some skip, but I don't want to throw something that's as overstable as like a Criminal. I get a little bit more distance with the Lucid X Felons. The Convict and the Getaway, I bag the Culverin from Latitude 64. I find that those three are all pretty similar. The Convict may be a little bit more on the stable to less overstable side than the Getaway and the Culverin. So they're similar, but the Getaway and Convict are going to be like a super, super beat-in Felon. The Felon's definitely the most overstable of those three. You should nickname the Felon Orange Crush. Jeremiah, if you win it, you can call it whatever you want, man. But I do like that. I like that that nickname. Kevin says, is this a step up from the culverin? Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit less glide, but it's going to be much more overstable. I shouldn't say much more overstable. It will be more overstable than the culverin for sure. How is the Felon compared to the Captain and Sheriff? Joseph, the Captain and Sheriff are both very high-speed distance drivers, where the Felon is, it's more of a typical fairway driver. As you can see, it doesn't quite have the biggest rim to it there. It does have a wide rim. It is still a driver, but it's not like a high-speed driver like the Captain and the Sheriff. Those are much more high-speed, much faster, and those you're going to have to throw a lot harder, and those are going to fly, a lot farther. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Matthew says, my only ace this year was with a Lucid Felon. Dude, nice. Found your replacement Lucid Felon for that ace one until you ace with this one as well. This is the one that we are giving away. If you are just now joining us, the way to do that is like this video, share this video, and then leave your question in the comments, and I will go through after the stream is over, and I will pick one of those to win the orange Lucid Felon right here. We do really quick have some clips of me throwing the Felon, so I will jump over to those for you guys now, and then when we come back we can kind of talk about those and you can actually see how it flies for me. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me right now. I think you can. I think you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Let's see what the chat says. Let's see if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I kind of hope you can't after I just say, oh, geez, you sure can. Oh, geez. Well, I'm glad you guys heard that whole thing. Oh, no. There we go. Whoops. Well, you guys heard my attempt at singing. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. So, dang it, the chat's a minute behind, and I didn't realize that. I thought you guys couldn't hear me that whole time. Oh, goodness. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. That's never going to happen again. Getting back to questions, Chuck wants to know, is it domey or flat? Chuck, every single Felon that I've ever seen in my entire life has been flat or really close to it. I haven't ever seen a domey Felon. I've seen a few that are almost puddle-topped, but I've never seen an actual domey Felon. There were a few of you asking about the flight numbers as well. Let's see here if you can see it on this one. The numbers are a speed 9, glide 3, turn of 0.5, a positive 0.5, and a fade of 4. So it's a very overstable disc. Definitely going to handle that high speed. Throws, power, just winds, anything like that, it's going to laugh at it. But it doesn't dump. Like something like a Criminal is definitely more overstable. The Felon's going to get you a little bit more distance. It's going to carry straighter a little bit longer, but it will still finish out hard at the end. It will still fight out for you. Christopher wants to know when I'm coming back to play Pier Park. Not soon enough, dude. Not soon enough. I miss Portland golf so much. There's like trees there and like, oh, it's so fun. That's the one thing I miss about Emporia Golf. It's just like a super wooded, just beat you up for 18 holes type course. It's always a humbling experience going somewhere else where it's super wooded, like Carolina Golf or something like that. It's always fun. Dennis says, I always want to try your guys' discs. Well, Dennis, how about you like this video, share this video, and we'll count that as your question, and then you'll be entered into the giveaway for this one right here, and you don't even have to pay for it. It's a free disc in your hand, just for you, if you win, possibly. Mark says, Felon versus Firebird, any overlapping? I would say that they're very similar. I think the Felon isn't quite as overstable at the end. I think it's a little bit straighter overall. I think you You could have both in your bag, but I think they would be very, very similar. So I don't think you would necessarily need both in your bag. Personally, I like the Felon better. It's just a little bit more workable. It's a little bit more, I can do more with it. It's not strictly just a throw it hard and just watch it dump disc. I can throw it straight. I can throw it on big flex shots. It'll get some distance on a hyzer, things like that. I find it's a little bit more workable and a little bit more universal, we can call it. So there are similarities there. Christian, how do you enter into the giveaway if you're still at work? All you got to do, like this video, share this video, and then leave your comment or question, excuse me, in the comments, and you'll be entered into this. We are going to go ahead and go back to those clips for anyone that didn't see them, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it again. Maybe, if Anthony can figure this out. All right, so as you guys can see next to me, we do have the coupon code is Felon10. So that is going to apply to both the Lucid and the Fusion Felons. And that is live right now on the Dynamic Discs website, dynamicdiscs.com. And that's going to save you 10% on your Felons from now. It's active right this very second until midnight Central Time tomorrow. That's going to last. So if you are looking to pick up your own Felon and save yourself some money, you can go ahead and do that with coupon code Felon10. And we are going to head back to the chat and see if we have any more questions. If you have not got your question in, if you are just now joining us, we have a giveaway running for this one. If you don't want to use that coupon code, or if you want to pick up 2 Felons possibly, we're giving away this orange Lucid Felon. To do that, all you have to do is like this video, share this video, and then leave your question in the comments below. All right, so we're going to head to the chat. Lots of people making fun of me for singing earlier. Unfortunately, you guys had to go through that. I do sincerely apologize. Christopher wants to know what disc in the DD lineup is like the World. Christopher, I would say it's kind of like Biofusion Defender is probably the closest you're going to get. We did do the World a few weeks back, so if you are interested in learning more about the World, head over to the the playlist for these DGweekly live episodes, and we will have that World out for you. It's there. It is also on the YouTube channel, Dynamic Discs YouTube channel, so you can head there as well if you'd like to see it. Let's see, Matt Whitlock says he found the Felon to be a good replacement for the Thunderbird. Yeah, I completely agree. Someone earlier asked about the Firebird versus a Felon, and they are similar, but I think it's also very, very, very similar to the Thunderbird. Maybe a little bit more stability than the Thunderbird, but yeah, super, super similar to that for sure. What's the weight on the Felon that we're giving away? Kara, it's a 171. This is actually the one that I was using in all those clips that you just saw. So you can tell it's definitely still overstable. It's very much still a Felon. It's going to fight all those winds, but it's also a little bit lighter, so you can get a little bit extra distance there. Mark wants to know Felon versus Fortress. The Fortress is much straighter and much longer flying. The Felon is definitely a good overstable complement. I used to throw the Felon and the Fortress. But it's a little bit shorter in terms of distance, probably about 20 feet shorter, but it's also going to finish farther left than the Fortress for sure. Let's see what questions we have. Alan wants to know where Alan is. Alan, last I talked to her, Alan was in Atlanta for a job interview, so good luck to her, but I don't see her in here yet. That doesn't mean she won't show up later, though. April wants to know, do I like it for forehand shots? Absolutely. That's my favorite shot with the Felon. I love it, love it, love it for sidearms. It's not a super deep rim. You can see there, it does have a little bit of a wide rim to it, but it's not super deep. and it fits my sidearm grip, obviously my left hand, so I wouldn't throw it like this, but that's my sidearm grip, and it fits really, really comfortably. I really, really like it a lot for sidearms. That is my favorite shot to throw the Felon on, and if I have to throw a sidearm, I'm looking to throw a Felon. I'm just very comfortable with it. I really like the way that it flies for me. It's very consistent, and because it is overstable, I don't have the best sidearm, as you can see in that last clip there. My sidearm isn't great, so I do have sometimes some wobble. I'll sometimes roll my wrist a little bit, and the Felon is stable enough to fight out of that for sure. I never have to worry about over-torquing it or anything like that. Sing again. No. No more singing on this. Someone somewhere is going to save that, but no, that was not supposed to happen. Alan wants to know, can Oakley roller one? Probably. Obviously, he's a fan of his Thief, or the Thief, but that's the only other fairway driver that he throws is the Felon. So he could probably roll one if he wanted to, but as far as I know, he does not. Bob says, love the Felon, but mine is lost in the lake at Winthrop. Dang it, Bob. How about you like this video, share it, and that's going to be your question, and then you might be able to win this, or use the coupon code FELON10 on dynamicdiscs.com to save yourself 10% off of the Felon. Ricky says, what's the weight? The weight on this one, Ricky, is a 171 gram. Jimmy wants to know about Lucid X Felons. Are those available? They will be. Those sold out pretty quick the first time we got them. We do have some coming soon, but I don't have a set date that those will be here, when they'll be out. But sometime soon we will have a restock on the Lucid X Felons for sure. Matt Whitlock says his first Felon is also swimming at Winthrop Lake. That's not good. It's cool that you got to play there. I would love to play there someday, but I would not love to throw a Felon in the water, that's for sure. How many Felons is too many Felons in the bag? I don't think there is such a thing. You haven't seen Eric Oakley's in the bag, obviously. He has, I mean, like 20-something Felons in there, so obviously I would say more than that would be too many. What is the Felon comparable to? In terms of another dynamic discs disc, it's like a more overstable Getaway, less overstable Criminal. For Latitude 64, it's kind of like a XXX maybe, but a little bit faster, a little bit less overstable. And then for Westside discs, it's not quite as overstable as the Ati. I think that's kind of between the Felon and the Criminal. Are you going to audition for America's Got Talent? No, Barry. No. Zach Schweitzer, you are so beautiful. Brandon says, I avoid Felons. Those dudes are sketchy. Yes, avoid Felons, but not the disc. Throw the disc because it's good, but don't be the person. Jeff says, mine's a perfect mix between Firebird and Thunderbird. Yeah, I think it's really similar to both of those discs, but I wouldn't say it's a one-to-one replacement of either of them. I think it's definitely got similarities to both. I think you could probably replace both of them if you just throw the Felon on more hyzer, and then if you beat one up, it'll be like a Thunderbird. So if you're looking for some more mold consistency and eliminating your molds, I think the Felon would be a really good way to do that. Jeremiah says, whoever wins, please name her Orange Crush. Danny says, the Felon forehands go together like peanut butter and jelly. Yes, Danny, absolutely right. And if you haven't checked out the 3 reasons that Danny put out on our Instagram story, go head over to our Instagram story and check those out so you can get a little bit of Danny's perspective and his opinions on the Felon, why he likes it, and then he gives 3 reasons why you should throw the Felon. You could do that by using the coupon code FELON10, dynamicdiscs.com. From now until midnight tomorrow, you can save 10%. That's awesome. Or like the video, share the video, and comment, and we're going to be giving this thing away. Dustin says, need a Felon bad. Well, Dustin, I just told you 2 ways that you can save money and get a free Felon. So there you go. Hopefully you're still with us here and listening. Let's see. Robin says, Oakley putts with them. Yeah, for sure, man. Or if you just like ace every hole with a Felon, then you kind of putt with them too. Just a thought. How does the Felon grenade, tomahawk, and thumber? I don't throw any of those shots because overhands really hurt my shoulder, and then thumbers and stuff, I just can't. I just can't throw those, so I don't. But when I used to, like, if I throw a thumber or something like that, it's probably going to be with my my Lucid X Felon, just because it's overstable. I know it's going to handle it. I'm probably going to over torque the disc. I'm probably going to have some bad form because I don't practice that shot. And so I know it's overstable enough to fight out of that and handle that. So I would hope it flies well. I would hope it flies very, very well. Yeah, there, Jeff says, Sean, they're great for those, so that's perfect. Jason wants to know how you win the Felon. Jason, rewind like 2 seconds. All you got to do is like the video, share the video, and then leave a comment, and then you'll be entered into that. Jamie says, never heard of an air Felon, but yes, please. Yeah, Jamie, I think that would be really sweet, actually. I think that would be a super, super cool disc. It would probably be similar to like a Convict, I would guess, but as a Felon. So that's pretty sweet. Matt White says, my first ace was with a Felon, then I got stolen out of my bag. No! How about this, Matt White? We're giving this one away. Should we give this one to Matt White? I think we should. I was going to wait till after and I was going to pick a random one, but I kind of feel like giving this one to Matt White. I've seen his name a few times. So Matt White, go ahead and send the Dynamic Discs Facebook page a personal message with your address and tell them that you won the Felon in the DG Weekly Live giveaway. And I'm going to ship this out to you once I get your address. One more question. Kara says, what's a grenade throw? Kara, a grenade is going to depend on where you're from. Some people call a grenade when you throw the disc upside down. Other people call a grenade when you throw it with your thumb inside the rim like this. So depending on where you're from, a grenade could mean one or both or either of those things. To me, a grenade is when you have your thumb inside the rim and you're kind of throwing a backhand with the disc backwards. But I am getting some warnings here on the batteries. So we are going to end this stream. Congratulations to Matt White on winning this giveaway for the Lucid Felon. Come back next week and we are going to be doing another one of these, another giveaway, another DG Weekly Live episode. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time we do one of these. So come on back and we will have another giveaway for you guys. As always, thank you guys for watching. And remember, if you're not Matt White and you wanted to pick up a Lucid or a Fusion Felon, either one or both of these, the coupon code FELON10 is going to be active on the Dynamic Discs website, dynamicdiscs.com. The coupon code is FELON10, and that's going to be active from right now until midnight Central Time tomorrow, and that'll save you 10% off your Felon. So thank you guys. We will catch you guys next week, and we'll go ahead and play those clips for you one more time, and then we're going to end the stream. So thank you guys for watching. See you all